In this video, we will discuss about the love state or the science of falling in love. So the love state we will discuss the beyond the love songs and romantic poems, passionate novels or sappy movies. Love is the result of complex processes in the body, which that is change the physiology of the body, and it will be turning to another production of hormone or something which that is alter the body function and change the internal environment of the body, which that is change the external environmental sensitivity. So the love biology we will discuss here, which that is the romance with each other we will discuss. So let's begin to draw the brain, and we will just first understand the brain structure for related to the love. So here is the brain, which that is contain a cerebellum and cerebrum, as well as here is we will discuss the important part is the hypothalamus, and this hypothalamus is produce the dopamine and oxytocin and vasopressin, while here is the pituitary gland, which that is the master gland, produce and regulates the hormones, and here is the amygdala. Amygdala is used for the moderates fear and stress. It will give the response for fear and stress. So let's begin to understand three more important parts for love. Here is the anterior cingulate, this anterior cingulate, and here is the median insula and hippocampus. These three types part of the brain help regulate feeling of reward, and they are also responsible for development of love. So it means it is the responsible for the development of their desired nerves for creating the love's passionate, and that is the pair bonding will be occur. So next here we will discuss about the stimulation during the love. So basically the physical love is the separate, which that is we will discuss here to understand. That's physical love mean the touching and kissing or something which that is related to the physical, and which that is stimulated by their part of organs or by the touching of that place, and which that is create the sensitivity more, is known as hot spot. And this hot spot is basically male contain forehead and female contain scalp and lips and ears for both, neck for both, and abs for both, and back of the knee also, and feet is also for both. So hot spot is the basically erogenous zones or part of the body that are particularly responsive to stimulation and resulting often in sexual excitement, and these are popular hotspot on men and women, which that is the secondary sexual process and secondary love process, which that is create the oxytocin. And before these physical processes, the oxytocin will be not produced. It means the oxytocin is used for the pair bonding, we will also understand in this video. So here let's begin to understand the basic uh, steps for understanding the loves and their physiological aspects for homeostasis in our body, and which that is regulate through a hormone, endocrine hormone. So that step one is contain basically begin from the hypothalamus, release dopamine into body from the hypothalamus. So remember about that. This hypothalamus will be store the oxytocin or dopamine. Basically, the dopamine will store into the posterior pituitary gland, and this posterior pituitary gland will release the oxytocin and vasopressin. This oxytocin and vasopressin basically release from the blood circulatory system into the blood circulatory system. So the oxytocin and vasopressin, which that is used for the oxytocin is basically used for the pair bonding during the sexual intercourse or during the physical contact. So on the other hand, the long term love is due to the oxytocin. So oxytocin and vasopressin will affect the heart, and it means the oxytocin will increase the input of heart and increase the blood pressure, increase the basically the blood flow and not pressure, and flexibility create into the blood vessel to provide the more bloods. And here is the oxytocin, while the increased input here, which that means the here is the pair bonding will be occur due to the increased input, which that is directly proportional to the pair bonding. So important thing is that the oxytocin used for the pair bonding and vasopressin, which that is used for the vasodilation and vasoconstriction. So it means the vasoconstriction, it means the more alert and more fearless person due to the oxytocin. And this oxytocin hormone is also produced from the female during the during their baby or their young ones for protection. So it means oxytocin is also bonding with their children, with their parent and offspring. So let's begin to understand in their blood dopamine initial basically release into the dopamine first. So not oxytocin first, but first is the dopamine. This dopamine will go into the blood circulatory system, into the blood stream, and as dopamine levels increase, serotonin level decrease. It means the antagonistic work, and that means the step 2 is the dopamine levels increase and serotonin levels decrease, and the serotonin level will be decreased when the dopamine will be increased. So what is the meaning of that? The serotonin will be increased, which that is promote the pleasure, and this in response for a response mood and appetite among other things. So let's begin to understand first the serotonin, and when increase the serotonin and the effect of the serotonin in our body. So it will create the happiness feeling and appetite, and it create the pleasure and happiness and feeling the happiness. So that means the increasing of the serotonin will increase the happiness, while on the other hand when dopamine will be increased, that's dopamine is the initial love, which that is the passionate love, which that sorry, it is the initial love, which that produce the dopamine for pleasure, but decrease the serotonin, it means the decrease of the happiness feeling and appetite. This all thing is decreased due to the serotonin will be decreased, while on the other hand the increasing of the serotonin will increase the happiness feeling and appetite. So the serotonin when decreased, it means the dopamine will be increase, while on the other hand decreasing of the serotonin will be cause the uh, obsession mean the compulsion disorder like. So the obsessive person, which that is the which that is basically obsession compulsion disorder, study shows that the OCD will also decrease the serotonin. It means that when decrease the serotonin in the OCD patient, it means the obsession will be occur. So in this way, during the love basically also produce the serotonin. This serotonin will be decreased. It means it is directly to link with the obsession, and it means it produce the obsession in our body. So that means the side effect of the love is this. So that means the OCD can be occur, while on the other hand the dopamine will be increased. This dopamine is the basically same character is the serotonin, but the important thing is that it creates the pleasure for their partner. So the step 3 is the along with dopamine, the body also produce a substance called nerve growth factor. This nerve growth factor, basically the NGF, is more prevalent in people newly in love. So the recent love will produce the nerve growth factor. This nerve growth factor is basically lead to older love. Basically, the older love nerve growth factor will be decreased, while the recently love will increase the nerve growth factor. It means the growth of the nerves, growth of the central nervous system for bonding will be increased. So on the other hand, important thing is that the improve cognition and romance. It means the increasing of the cognition and romance will be increased. So that means the nerves will be increased, the acetylcholine neurotransmitter, on the other hand the dopamine, which that is increase the nerve impulse to increase the love, increase the conduction, and it means the increase the feeling. So on the other hand, the step 4 is the love during the physical. Basically that is the physical, basically when go into the oxytocin. Basically oxytocin will be produced, and oxytocin and vasopressin are responsible for feelings of connection and commitment. So this connection and commitment is due to the oxytocin and vasopressin. When go into the bloodstream will lead to increase the success of long-term relationship. So that means during orgasm, the extreme passionate love will be occur during the orgasm. Why? Because the oxytocin produce more during the orgasm, and on the other hand, the testosterone in the case of male and the female will produce the estrogen in each sexual contact. So here the step 5 is the oxytocin, which that is basically certain brain part affected by the oxytocin, and activity increase in and in romantic core of brain, which that is increase the activity of the brain, and the amygdala deactivate. It means the amygdala will be deactivate. What that means? First of all, we will discuss about the certain part of brain will be activate, activity increase in romantic core of brain. So in this way, the amygdala is the moderates fear and stress. It means when the amygdala will be deactivated, it means the deactivate will be in decrease the fear and stress during the love. So that means decreasing of the stress will be occur. On the other hand, the amygdala deactivate, which that is lead to a person standard for turning other grow blurry, and the persons in love feels less stress and fear, and the result is an overall feeling of unity between people love. So that was the physiological aspect of the love physiology. What that means? The oxytocin, the dopamine, as well as the vasopressin, which that is play important role during the love. So that's whole love is the period of love, which that is the dopamine phase can be 2 year, but the long term relationship is through oxytocin. So that was the process of the love. I hope you make sense this little video.